Hey folks, welcome back to Real Southern Outdoors. Now, if you've been watching the weather anywhere in the country, you know that at least here in North Carolina, I'm going to say the whole eastern United States pretty much, except maybe Florida, is getting ice and snow and sleet, freezing rain and everything. And they're predicting here in my area where I live, we're getting somewhere around 3/4 of an inch of freezing rain. And that's going to come in tonight. And we already got some. I've been out trying to clean off different places, but we're going to get a lot more tonight, and they're expecting, a lot of power outages and everything like that. So while I was prepared for all this, I thought maybe I'd give y'all a few little tips and tricks that maybe that'll help you, if not through this one. If you don't see this video, I don't get it up from before the power goes out. Maybe you'll see it later, and it'll help you with the next winter storm or hurricane or any time that the power goes out. So let me start off with showing you some stuff here. What I've got. This is a large inverter that I have. It's a 3,000 to 6,000 peak inverter that I can use, and I can use it on a like a 100 amp lithium battery here, or it could be a lead acid, whatever you got. With this inverter and a battery like that, I can run my refrigerator about 2.5 hours, I think it is, 2 hours and 45 minutes, something like that. And so there's a way that I could run it a little while if power's out to keep from losing what I got. You could plug it up for a little while, let it run, keep it cool, say 30 minutes, leave it off for an hour, plug it back up, and that way you can extend your run time of your battery like that. If you don't have a large inverter like this, you say, well, I don't have these batteries sitting around. But I don't keep these batteries sitting around either. This is out of the boat. So you can pull your boat batteries out. If you've got, 2, 3, 4 of them in your boat, you can get a pretty good run time out of them. You have to excuse the four-wheelers and ATVs and all. They've been out playing in the snow today. This is a power inverter that I keep in the truck. I've got it set up where I can just use these Anderson plugs, plug it in, and it stays in there, and I'll be showing you that later. I've got a video coming on that. But it does have like a USB port and a couple AC plugs there that you can connect to a battery as well and use it and run a few lights. Now this one probably won't run your refrigerator, I'm sure. It's only like a 2,000, I think that's peak. But it works good in the vehicle, in my Suburban there. I can charge my laptops. I can run a small TV. If I go out camping or whatever, I can recharge my batteries for my cameras. The phone, whatever, minor stuff like that. If you're out camping and all, you can redo that. Well, what if you don't have a larger inverter like this or this? Here's a little 400 watt inverter that I picked up at Harbor Freight. And if you don't have large batteries like this is what I use in my kayak. This is just a little 7 amp hour battery, and I use it, to run a fish finder. So maybe you've got something like that. If not, if you're into deer hunting, you run the deer feeders with them and stuff like that, you could use that. And this little small inverter like this, you could charge your cell phone. You could run a few lights and all. If you see, that'll run that LED light right there. So if you needed power, you could use a small battery like that. Granted, it's not going to be a long-term thing, but if power's out for a little while and you need a little light or something, you could do it. If you need to charge your phones, that would charge your phone. Now, what if you don't have any of this and you just need a light? Well, if you've got any kind of these little LED lights that goes on in the boat and stuff like that, or if you just got them around, pick them up, whatever, and you've got power tools and all, you can take the batteries for your power tools. It don't have to be a DeWalt. No, here's a Craftsman that we got for a Craftsman weed eater and all. You just find your positive and your negative, and you could put that right in there just like that, and you would have a light. You can rig up a lot of different things, guys. But here's another little one that I've got. I forgot to show you that one. That just plugs right into the cigarette lighter in your vehicle. It's got a USB port there as well as a 110 right there. You could run stuff. I used to run a laptop off it, keep it charged in there. You could charge your phone whichever way you wanted to. A lot of vehicles now have USB ports in them to charge, but if you don't, there's a simple little cheap way, and I forget where I picked that up, but probably Walmart or somewhere. I'm not sure. I've had it for years, kept it in the truck. I used to keep this one in the truck, then I upgraded to this one. Now I do have this one if I need it, but mostly it stays at home. But guys, I hope these tips and tricks right here help you. They give you a little alternative ways you may not have thought of to have some power in your house. Maybe have some light or whatever, you know. Like I say, you could run drop cords off of this right here. And if you don't have a generator, a lot of people don't have generators or say they don't. Well, the reason I say they don't, if you own a truck or a car, if you have a inverter like this, you'd be surprised. You could hook this up to your vehicle, to your battery in there, and crank it and run it. And if it's 19, 20 degrees, you need to crank your vehicle every so often anyway and run it. So you could hook this up, and as you're running your car, you know, you don't want to run your battery down and kill it where you can't crank it. But if you're running your car, and it's not going to burn any more gas than a pretty good sized generator does anyway. So if you had to survive without power and run a generator for a while, you know what I mean. It takes a lot of gas to run a large generator for a while. You'll go through a lot of gas, but your vehicle is a generator. It's charging that battery, and that's what you need. 12 volts, you could hook up to this. Or if you just got one this size right here, you could pick up off Amazon cheap or somewhere like that. Go to Harbor Freight and pick one up. You could run a drop cord or two, you know, inside and have a few lights. And if you got a large enough one, you could have a heater in there. You know, this will probably run a small heater. At least maybe you could put some heat in one room if you don't have it. I try to use gas for backup heats. I have fire logs as well as a gas heater that I can move around so I can heat my whole house. Power goes out, and it will go out here. We lose power right regular, any bad storm. And we're going to lose it this time. It's already building up on the lines and everything. Trees and all, so it's coming down. A lot of woods between here and town. So anyway, guys, I hope this will help you. Another thing, while you're out there, if you do have generators and you're moving around, be careful. Because pulling on heavy generators and all, you can end up like that, tearing a muscle, and that's what you end up with. So, all right, guys. I hope these tips will help you. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. Be safe out there, and as I always say, till next time, may God bless you, and we'll catch you later.